Russian brute. The Wild Thing, Stevie Ray, Purchase the Bull Hughes, and the Nasty Boy.
Hi there, I'm Butch Bradley, and you're ringside at the main event. Tonight, you'll see some of the world's top wrestlers from the NWA clash head-on in both single and tag team combat. But now, let's preview tonight's action with John DeVig and Steve Rickard.
Well, Steve, it promises to be an exciting contest tonight of combat. You've got the Russian Brute at 6'8", 335 pounds with the awesome heart punch, a punch that they're trying to ban in America. He'll be up against Lou Perez of the famous wrestling Perez family, so Lou will have plenty of experience. But will that experience go against the Brute tonight?
John, as you said, you have Lou Perez from the famous Perez wrestling family. That is the key to it. Lou himself is a great wrestler. He has beaten a lot of other great wrestlers. He has also beaten a lot of big men. Maybe the Russian could be another one of those.
Our first bout tonight will be Mark Starr versus the Terminator. Earlier this evening, we talked to Mark Starr, and this is what he had to say.
I'm going to beat him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Terminator, you bring everything you got. If you want to throw that rule book out, brother, I can throw it out too. And I promise you, don't sell me short, because if you slip up, I'm going to take you down.
Terminator, could I firstly ask you...
You can't ask me nothing! New Zealand, wake up! Your worst nightmare has just come to life! The Terminator has risen! I've been all over this world. I've terrorized Tokyo. I pulverized Puerto Rico. And now I'm in New Zealand, and I'm going to take over. Mark Starr, I start with you. Come, try to hurt me if you think you can. Come, try to beat me if you think you can. I think not. Look into these eyes, Mark Starr. I'm not a sane person. I'm pretty crazy. So try to beat me. I don't think you can. Remember one thing, Starr. I take no prisoners, and I show no mercy.
We present a wrestling match of danger and destruction. Presenting, weighing in at 220 pounds, standing 6 feet 2 inches, the Florida Tag Team Champion, Mark Starr. And the incredible television heavyweight champion, standing at 6 feet 1 inch and weighing 273 pounds, a master of destruction, the Terminator.
I'll tell you what, Butch, we've got the world's greatest athletes on display right now. You can see the Terminator. He's an animal.
The Terminator, he's straight into it. Tony Rickard should not be in the middle. The ref is desperately trying to organize things there. Tony Rickard trying to do his best, but the Terminator wants to rumble, John.
Well, he's an animal. He wants to get right at it. Mark Starr is a wrestler. He's got good technique. He's given away 50 pounds, though.
Steve Rickard, what do you think will be the deciding factor in this match? Mark Starr, a smaller man, but obviously a lot quicker.
Well, I think that Mark Starr is a great wrestler. I know a lot about the man. I've never seen him wrestle. The Terminator also comes from a family of wrestlers, but I think we will find that Mark Starr will have the wrestling ability, although the Terminator will probably be ahead with that powerful looking body full of strength.
Mark Starr a little bit upset about the hair pulling there. There you go. You see now the Terminator's using the same move. He's bumping Tony Rickard around. Tony Rickard is warning Mark Starr. A couple of gestures there, John, from the Terminator, reminiscing of your days as a basketball coach, I think.
Well, the Terminator's an athlete. He wants to get right in there and start getting to it. He doesn't like this preening around stuff. Good head throw right there. Now, that was a legal move. What's Starr talking about?
A lot of hair pulling going on here at the moment, John. I'm not quite sure. Now they're arguing with the audience. Both wrestlers have stopped the match. They want to find out from the fans here tonight exactly what is going on. There's a lot of hair pulling. The Terminator looking determined. They lock up now.
Good shoulder lock.
Big test of strength now, John.
That's a good move by Starr. He's in that up. Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Butch. The Terminator got his hair. Starr had him in a shoulder lock, but that's his move. He's a technique guy. He's a scientific wrestler. The only problem is he's giving away 50 pounds, and the Terminator doesn't play by the rules.
A little bit of moisture there for the audience from the Terminator. He's made his feelings known. He's come to battle this match out. They lock up again. It's got him against the ropes now. It should be a legal break here, shouldn't it, Steve Rickard? Oh, not quite.
Now, the referee called for a break, and you must break on the ropes, or a referee will apply a count of 5. But nice drop kick there by Mark Starr. Arm drag.
A lot of pressure applied to the shoulder joint there, Steve. You've yourself, I'm sure, been in that situation a few times.
Well, I certainly have. You can see how Mark Starr has his hold applied with his left arm under the elbow and bringing his right hand down onto the shoulder to apply pressure.
It's a big elbow down to the forearm. Locks him again on that shoulder. Keeps it nice and tight, John. Keeps the pressure on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think the Terminator really feels it. Great knuckle wrap right across the eyes and a body slam. Here it comes. Pow! Flying elbow. Oh, he telegraphed it.
Once again, the speed and agility of Mark Starr saved him from that big elbow to the throat.
He's going to have to rely on that. He's a wrestler. The animal wants to tear his head off.
Now, the problem is Mark Starr's giving the Terminator a chance just to regroup here, just to relax, to compose himself. He should have gone straight in then. John should have gone while he was in the corner.
Great reverse move by the Terminator, by Starr. Great wrestling technique. He's too quick for the Terminator.
Big fist of the Terminator raised. Tony Rickard warns him. A lot of pressure applied.
That's a double wrist lock on the shoulder. That puts a lot of pressure on them.
It's commonly known as the Japanese arm twist. And once again, we can see this Mark Starr showing his wrestling ability.
He really doesn't want to mix it with the Terminator, does he, Steve?
Not really mix it. He's in there to wrestle, and of course the name of the game is wrestling, and that's where you feel fortunate in the NWA. We do put out a lot of good and sometimes great wrestlers.
Applies the pressure once again to the arm of the Terminator. He seems to be working on that arm.
That's a short arm scissors he has applied. Short arm scissors with the legs.
Puts a lot of pressure back on the shoulder.
Just a brute strength right there, the Terminator.
That's a count of 2 by the Terminator. Cunning move, rolled right over top of Mark Starr. Used superior body weight.
Come on.
You notice again there, you have the wrestling ability of Mark Starr to bring the Terminator back down onto his shoulders. And the Mark Starr is showing, if nothing else, his wrestling ability. He's not as strong, he's not as big, but he's certainly showing that he is an excellent wrestler.
Terminator worked his way to the ropes, got a foot on the ropes, and of course you must break when a foot's on the ropes. Taking his time now. He's not interested in the fans here tonight. He's come here to brawl. Shaking that arm.
Well, Starr should move in right now, Butch. That's not very smart. He's letting the Terminator get his breath.
Once again, I think what we're talking about here, John, we've mentioned it so far, Mark Starr is an athlete. He's a wrestler.
Well, that may be, Butch, but, you know, there's no rules in the ring. If the Terminator wants to throw him to the ground, oh, he's got him in a headlock. Nice move. Once again, the Terminator just walks right into those moves.
It's a nice side headlock he has applied, and you can see the pressure being applied as he wraps his arms around the neck. Now he converts to the Japanese wrist lock.
Once again, moves back onto that arm of the Terminator. This could be his only chance. Oh, back up on the ropes, yeah.
Great cross body block, but the Terminator was just too strong in the upper body for him. Turned it around and pressed it right to the mat.
Mark Starr does not look like a healthy man on the ground. Obviously injured his back there, I think, Steve. That big smash to the canvas.
Well, he tried for that body block, but the strength of the Terminator stopped the move, with the Terminator reversing it, picking him up and applying a heavy body slam.
Terminator's now working, obviously, on the injured back of Mark Starr. That big forearm right across, digging the elbow into the kidneys.
Slingshot right into the top rope. Backbreaker! Yeah! He's got him.
Tony Rickard he asked the question, Mark Starr, will he submit? But no, he's hanging in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, Butch, Mark Starr is in trouble because he let the Terminator get the upper hand, and his brute strength, he's looking for something out of the bang. Great kidney smash right there.
Big double axe handle right in the kidney area. He seems to be going right for that lumbar area of Mark Starr's back now, Steve. Obviously, he's hurt, and he's going to work on that.
Well, Starr is in a little bit of trouble here, and of course we had the Terminator showing wrestling ability with that powerful body of his, and Mark Starr certainly is in trouble with the wrestling ability he has, pitted against the Terminator. The Terminator has retaliated with strength, dirty means, and also wrestling ability.
Now he should move away. Mark Starr's on the ropes. Tony Rickard counting the Terminator, but he's a cunning man. He takes a couple of counts, bides his time. Yeah, he's quite happy. Mark Starr clawing his way up the ropes. How is that man getting back up? Head straight into the turnbuckle, face into the turnbuckle.
I think the Terminator just introduced him to the belt buckle right there, Butch.
Terminator working on him hard now. Big headbutt, and he's down. Mark Starr resting on the ropes. Tony Rickard warns the Terminator, but somehow, I'm not sure whether the Terminator is too worried about the warning.
And he walked right into it, but it had no effect. Mark Starr is not going to beat him with power moves. He's got to wrestle. See right there? Great arm bar. What a cross.
Clothesline right across the throat of Mark Starr. He rolls over. The Terminator is in for the count now. Mark Starr kicks out.
Just had enough presence to kick out there. 2.5 count.
He's getting
a headbutt right there. Nice elbow
right
slam.
Down on the head of Mark Starr.
Slingshot.
Mark Starr's going for the counter. Just a matter of balance. He's coming down. He's got the Terminator. There's one, there's two.
No.
Oh. Tony Rickard's arm was almost down for 3 then, John. I thought Mark Starr was going to pull one out of the bag then.
Great double axe handle to the middle of the back. Now he's got his foot on the back of his neck. That'll keep your Adam's apple bobbing a little bit there, Butch.
What sort of a wrestling move would you call that, John?
I'd call that the basic street move. Survival of the fittest. It looks like the Terminator there has a little problem with his saliva, keeping it inside the ring.
He doesn't appear to be too happy with a lot of the fans here tonight. I don't think they're going his way. He's brought Mark Starr.
Well, I don't think that the Terminator is really interested in the fans, Butch. Great move by Starr. How he did that, I'll never know. Just
Mark
enough
Starr.
presence to get out of the way of the flying tackle.
Mark Starr's had enough. He's coming back. He slings him. He's going for the big
Great backflip.
That was a nice backdrop by Mark Starr, and it's, let me tell you, it's a very difficult move to apply, but Mark Starr is still in this match, even though he's given away so much weight. Nice pickup and takedown again by Mark Starr.
Steve, Mark Starr just doesn't seem to have the strength to finish the moves. He's coming back with wrestling technique, but obviously that injury to that lower back has made its presence on him.
Well, notice that move there, Butch, and of course you have the Terminator with a 1, 2, 3 count, the winner of the match, but that was an illegal move as he held on the rope and Mark Starr hit the canvas on his back. The only thing the referee could do was count 1, 2, 3 because the Terminator legally covered Mark Starr. But Mark Starr was definitely the better wrestler in that match.
That may be the case, Steve, but the hand was held. The Terminator using an illegal move. Obviously, Tony Rickard couldn't see, but raised the Terminator's hand.
Butch, it wasn't an illegal move. The referee didn't say it was illegal. He raised his hand. That makes him the winner. Any move you use inside the ring, as long as you win, and the referee raises your hand, you come out the top man.
I have a feeling, though, the fans here tonight would solidly agree. For them, Mark Starr is the winner. Steve Rickard, wrestling expert. Nothing personal, John, but Steve Rickard, wrestling expert, has said it was an illegal move. I'm happy to go with that.
No, it was a good move.
Actually, what it is the Terminator was, in fact, the winner. He was given the match, and rightly so, because he had his hand raised, did it for the count of 3. But Mark Starr, as I said, in my opinion, was the better wrestler because although he didn't have the necessary weight to come up against the Terminator, or he could not afford to give a weight he did give away, he still had the wrestling ability a lot of people would like to see.
Thanks, Steve Rickard. A few words there from someone himself who's pounded the mats on the main event. The fans here tonight obviously showed their appreciation of the ability of Mark Starr, while not being too happy with your friend the Terminator, John.
Well, all I know is the Terminator won the match, and that's what counts.
You got it. 1, 2, 3, and his hand was raised. This is where it all happens. The main event newsroom. From here, I'll be reporting each week with news from the world of wrestling, both home and abroad. You'll get the full story on the mayhem and the magic. You'll hear about the masters and the monsters. We'll tell you stories about such wrestlers as Siva Afi, the local boy who's going right to the top. Siva Afi, the Samoan-born New Zealander, started his wrestling career right here in New Zealand, in Wellington. And what a talent he was. Siva Afi combines agility and wrestling technique with his incredible strength, generated by his relatively short frame. He's a vastly experienced grappler who's thrilled crowds all over the Middle East, Japan, Asia, and the United States of America. In the US, Siva Afi quickly came to the attention of movie superstar Burt Reynolds, and Reynolds sealed the deal to make Siva Afi his personal bodyguard. And let's face it, you have to be one tough guy to mind the body of Burt the Brash. Butch Bradley, Main Event News. Mr. Gorbachev had power like this at home, all his troubles would be over. The Russian brute is one huge package of destruction. He's not exactly noted for his finesse or scientific wrestling techniques, but he hasn't lost one of his last 65 matches. You can't turn your back or even blink your eyes when you're anywhere near the Russian brute. He's not interested in titles or championship belts. He's interested in humiliation and pain, and he dishes it out to his opponents in large lumps. He's an expert at deceiving referees and breaks the rules as easily as he breaks bones. The Russian brute is mean. His favorite move is the infamous heart punch. Some say it should be banned. I say he should be banned, but not to his face.
320-pound Russian brute. You are going to come up against Lou Perez. How do you think you'll face up to him?
I'm going to face up with him with one thing in mind. That champion from Florida, he gets into the ring with me. I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to destroy him. And I'm going to teach him a lesson. And there's going to be nobody there to stop me. I'm not here for the Commonwealth Tournament belt. I'm just here to destroy people and to send out the signal. When I put the punch on you, you're going to be put out of wrestling for good. I'm going to have an ambulance there for you, Lou Perez. Prepare yourself for me. I'm going to destroy you.
Announcing a contest of technical wrestling against brute power. Introducing from Tampa, Florida, standing 6 feet 6 inches and weighing 224 pounds, Lou Perez.
There's Lou Perez from a big wrestling family. Al Perez, a big name in the WWF, and Lou Perez is wrestling in the NWA, out to make his name.
And introducing from Lithuania, Russia, a victor in his last 65 matches, standing 6 feet 8 inches and weighing 335 pounds, the outrageous and endurance Russian brute.
This, John, is a serious athlete. The Russian brute, unbeaten in the last 65 matches.
Well, I'll tell you what, Butch. It looks like Lou Perez is going to be number 66. The Russian brute takes no prisoners.
Lou Perez, okay, I agree. I mean, in comparison, you've got the Russian brute, but Lou Perez is a smart wrestler. Steve Riccardi comes from a big wrestling family. We're talking tradition here. He has to uphold the Perez name. Russian brute appears to be more interested in the audience, the fans here tonight, than actually getting in and mixing it with Lou Perez.
Oh, he's just trying to introduce himself to the Kiwi fans out here. He's never been here before, for crying out loud. Give that man a break.
Now, he shouldn't be allowed to take that flag into the ring. That could be a weapon. Lou Perez has got his back to the Russian brute. Something I don't think I'd do, John.
There he goes. Pow! He got him with it right away. A double axe handle to the back of the neck. I'll tell you what, the Russian brute wastes no time. A big, heavy body slam coming up. A twist. Pow!
Look at the size of that man. He picked up Lou Perez like he was nothing.
Ooh, heavy leg drop on the forehead.
He's going for the heart punch already. Steve Ricard, we've heard a lot about this heart punch. A lot of people say it should be banned.
The heart punch has, in fact, been banned in many states in America. I myself think it should be banned because even, as I know, and I'm sure others, a lot of others have witnessed, that have been responsible for the death of some wrestlers.
Lou Perez too quick for the Russian brute, moved out, 2 arm drags, that big flying drop kick right to the chest, right to the side of the head. He's taken the brute out of the ring. Lou Perez wants to get out and mix it. Tony Ricard is trying to stop him. Both wrestlers being counted out of the ring. Lou Perez, he's taking advantage of the situation. I don't necessarily agree, but if it was me, I would do the same thing. He rams
Right
that
into
shoulder
the
into
iron post. I don't know, Butch. I don't think Perez is very smart. There aren't any rules outside the ring.
He's moved back in, though, you see, John. Smart move. He took him out, did his damage, and he's back in the ring now. So only the Russian brute is being counted. It could be a win to Perez. The Russian brute is dazed. What a big man, though.
335 pounds, 6'8". Perez is going to meet him outside the ring.
Bringing him through the ropes. It's a big man to move, though.
Wow, straight shot to the kisser. You got to look out for that heart punch. That time he raised it a bit and got it right in the face.
Perez is down. The Russian brute puts it. Should be the Russian boot. Big foot right to the back of Perez. Slings him across the ring like he's not even there.
Big bear hug right now.
And one. Look at the eyes of the Russian brute. He's got that bear hug applied. He's squeezing the life out of Lou Perez. The obvious pain on his face.
He's like a rag doll in his hands right now.
Tony Ricard asked the question. Perez is not giving in. There's family pride at stake here, Steve Ricard. A big name in wrestling, the Perez family.
Well, he does come from a big name. In fact, you may remember a wrestler recently in this country, when I say recently, a few years ago, Al Perez, who was a cousin. So not only is it a close family of wrestlers, but it spreads out into the other family side of wrestling too. And Lou Perez himself, as we've already seen, the brilliant drop kicks he threw, the fast moving, much faster than the big Russian.
He certainly caught the Russian out there. That big elbow crashing to the canvas, not the throat of Lou Perez, but he looks hurt, Steve. Oh, a big punch.
Great move right there. He waited for him. The Russian brute got 335 pounds going in one direction.
Oh, double blows to the side of the face and to the throat.
Meet the belt buckle.
Oh,
great arm bar to the chest right there. I'll tell you what, Lou Perez packs a lot of power in that 225 pounds. He's going to try, great leg lift. Right there, got the big man down. He's going for a hold. That's the only way he can beat this man on some scientific holds. Otherwise, he's in trouble.
He can't out-brawl him, John. He's got to out-wrestle him. He's got that big leg. I don't know whether you could make any pain appear on that man's face, but the brute not too happy. A lot of pressure on the knee joint there.
He's got him down in a bad position. Oh, he's stepping on the groin there. Oh, what a great pullback.
Stretches the leg in the groin region. Lou Perez, he's got himself composed now. He's moving around the brute. He seems to be keeping away from the brute's hands. Trips him up and applies pressure once again to the knee joint.
He's got to keep stinging him like a gnat.
It's probably a long
that big
time.
claw trying to get to Perez, though.
Probably a long time, John, since the brute himself has felt pain. He's been used to, in the last 65 matches, dishing it out.
He told me that he put 65 people in the hospital, and he calls the doctors, and they actually say that the heart stops. So look out.
Stops. Lou Perez, keep away from that heart punch.
Holding on to that right leg there.
He trips him up again, yeah.
Perez right in there working on that leg. He's got him.
Steve Ricard, is it enough, though, to take the match? I mean, the brute's a big man. He's working on the leg. All it takes is for Perez to be dazed once, and that heart punch could come out. The brute
going for a kidney
pain.
punch. Is he working on that hamstring right there?
The brute rakes the eyes of Lou Perez.
Got a head roll. Yeah, smart move there. A double chin lock.
Stretches the neck. Applies the pressure to the chin.
335 pounds.
There's a bite. He bites the face of Lou Perez.
I'll tell you what, there are no rules when the Russian brute gets going.
Tony Ricard warns the brute, but I'm not sure whether the man speaks or understands English too well. I've only heard 4 words out of him, and that was Russian brute, heart punch.
But you don't need to understand English to see a fight. A fight's a fight in any language.
Working on the face once again of Lou Perez. That big elbow of Lou Perez's took two of them.
Oh, what a clothesline! He ran right into it. 6'8", 335 pounds of clothesline on the neck.
The Russian Brute calling for the heart punch now. He's bringing Perez up. Perez's days, but no. He seems to want to torment him. More punishment.
I'll tell you what, Butch, I talked to the Brute before the match, and he's not really interested in the Commonwealth title. He just likes to punish people. See, right there.
Big forearm to the chest of Lou Perez. As you say, John, the man is not here to win titles or belts. The man has come to main event to cause damage, and he seems to be doing that.
I'll say one thing, though. You've got to give it to Perez. He's a great athlete, great wrestler. He's taken everything the Brute has got to give, and he's still hanging in there. The only problem is right now, Perez can't get out of it. He's going to have to make a move right here. He's going to have to spin out of this.
Big hands of the Russian Brute. Elbow to the midsection. It breaks the hold, but it doesn't seem to cause too many problems.
Great flying crossbody block. He's got him on two.
Oh, it takes a lot to keep the Russian Brute down, though.
Perez is going to have to make a few more moves to get him down like that.
Back onto the chin of Lou Perez, John, applying the pressure once again.
Great athletic feat by Perez to get that high. He's got to jump 7 feet to get up that high.
Look at the face of the Russian Brute. I saw that face of yours on television once when you lost a basketball match, John.
I think we speak the same language in that regard.
Yeah, I noticed a resemblance between you and the Brute. Lou Perez obviously in pain as the Brute.
Smart move, though, as he's trying to get an angle on that leg right there. I think the Brute's setting him up for that punch.
Perez fighting back the crowd. The fans here tonight urging him on. Extra strength coming from the energy of the fans here tonight. And he rams the Brute into the turnbuckle.
Well, see, he telegraphed that move right there. Had it way above his head. Left an opening for the quick Perez. Takes him into the ropes. Body sling. Double kick to the chin. What a great move. What an athlete.
Perez still doesn't seem to be on top form, though. Big arm bar across the back of the
Brute. He's not going to hurt him with that. He's got to make a move. Got him in a double scissors around the neck. He's going to go for the suplex, and he can't lift him. We're talking trying to lift him out here.
He's out of the ring.
Puts him out of the ring.
That was a disqualification move. The over the top rope is an automatic disqualification, and the Russian Brute should be disqualified.
You're right, Steve. Tony Rickard quite rightly awards the match.
Oh, he comes back.
The Russian Brute is not interested. He's not interested. He throws him back into the ring. Tony Rickard trying to get in the middle of it. What a brave man.
What's the referee doing right now?
He's trying to get in the middle, John. He's awarded the match to Lou Perez. As Steve said, it was a disqualification.
Oh, great flying drop kick. Kicks him out of the ring. I don't know if I were you, but once the guy raised my hand, I'd get out of there if I was Perez.
Lou Perez, his arm raised, and quite rightly so. The Russian Brute dazed.
Well, the Russian Brute was disqualified, of course. Not because he was kicked out of the ring by that beautiful drop kick, but he was disqualified for throwing Perez over the top rope.
An illegal move from the Russian Brute. Steve, would that be seen? The Russian Brute boasts that he hasn't lost in the last 65 matches. He is claiming that as a victory. Next time we see this man, will we hear he hasn't lost in 66 matches?
Well, we do know that he's lost a match in 66. I don't know how many in 65 he lost, but he did lose that one, even though it was on disqualification.
The Russian Brute, as far as he's concerned, is the winner, Steve. He raises his hands to the audience. The fans here not too impressed tonight. Of New York City are a vicious training ground. And that's where these two came from. The Nasty Boys. They were street brawlers then, and they're street brawlers now. But the difference is they've brought their tactics into the wrestling ring. Either one of them would be a mean proposition on his own. But together, they combine back alley tricks and distractive techniques that would make you shudder. Is it wrestling? You have to decide for yourself. It certainly worked for the Nasty Boys. They hold championship belts from most American wrestling organizations. Their motto is, do unto others before they do it to you. And boy, have they done it to others.
If you're going to win bouts against the Killer Bees, the Rockers, the British Bulldogs, the Road Warriors, you have to be tough, mean and dirty. And that's what these guys are. You may not approve of their methods, but you can't deny the fact that this is one of the most successful and one of the best tag teams ever. And they're here on the main event. Butch Bradley, Main Event News.
We present team wrestling at its very best. A tag team contest featuring the talents of the Terrible Twosome. Steve Ray, the Wild Thing, and Curtis Hughes, the Bull.
The Wild Thing, Steve Ray, and Curtis Hughes, the Bull. What a combination. What a team. Both some all-American athletes. And of course, Steve Ray boasting 3 black belts in martial arts. Extra skill to apply. And he's hoping for a belt in womanizing, he was telling me earlier today, John.
That's probably something that you can relate to, Bradley. You're both pretty boys.
Curtis Hughes, the Bull, a big fan. A big favorite here with the fans tonight.
From New York, they've come to rumble. They're looking for trouble. The Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys. Nasty by name, nasty by nature. They've started to rumble already with the fans here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Butch. These two have fought street brawls in New York. They don't really go by the rule book. You can't ever tell what's going to happen when these two guys, look at that, he's going to attack a fan. I'll tell you what, the fans better watch out. These guys don't respect anybody. They probably don't respect each other.
This is a matchup tonight, the Nasty Boys tag specialists. They hold belts in the AWA, CWA, and FGW in the States. Specialists in tag wrestling. They've feuded against the Rockers, the British Bulldogs, and boast the big matchup against Rick Steamboat and Big John Studd. This is a matchup. I think what we've got here, John...
We got a brawl, Bradley. We got a brawl.
Short and sweet. The Nasty Boys warm-up consists of totally wrecking the ASB Stadium. They've got a lot to say to the fans here tonight.
Oh, that's right, New Zealand. Get ready, because the wildest thing to ever hit New Zealand just happened. The Nasty Boys stepped foot on your land. Do you know what that means? You stupid sheep-herding, couch potato morons. The very best in professional wrestling right here. And today, you're going to see the Nasty Boys go up against Curtis Hughes and Steve Ray, the Wild Thing and the Bull, and all you're going to see is the Nasty Boys kick and punch their face in. Tell them, Si.
Curtis Hughes, you're a monkey-loving nothing. And when you step into the ring with your partner, the Nothing Wild Thing, he's going to get his face run into the post at about 90 miles an hour, and it's going to be it, and the Nasty Boys going to be...
Jerry Sags gets in the ring now. Nasty Boy number 2, and just as nasty. Has a lot of words to say about the particular size of an unfit member of the audience here tonight. A little bit of a team talk here. Looks like the Wild Thing, Steve Ray and Curtis Hughes, the Bull, have made the Nasty Boys think and replan things again. Ray, the Wild Thing, he's ready to take it to both wrestlers. He wants to take them both on.
Well, probably that's very smart. Butch being in the ring against him, he's going to take it right now. He should have made the tag. He should have got the Bull in there.
Under the face, a kick to the midsection. He returns the compliment. Big elbow right to the top of the head.
Great arm twist there. Great wrist lock. Great tag.
Makes the legal tag. The Bull is ready to rage. Curtis Hughes applies the pressure. Big elbow down to the arm.
Smart wrestling right there. Made the tag and stayed right with the move. That's what you got to do. Keep the pressure on. Don't let it up. The Brahma Bull, 320 pounds. Curtis Hughes. How do you like to have that on your shoulder, big guy?
No, thank you. I'd like him on my team. I'd like him on my side. The Dallas Cowboys were real happy when Curtis the Bull Hughes played for them. I believe it was his job to totally destroy the offensive side of the teams they were playing. The size of that man, he could do it.
Great power. Oh, he ran into the wall.
With the
Big
agility
Jerry's in trouble now. Big kick to the midsection. Ramming him. Goes right back to that shoulder.
Go, Curtis, come on, break it!
Applies the pressure once again to the arm of Jerry, the Nasty Boys.
Jerry's got to get back to his corner and make the tag.
Give it up there. Come on, son.
Determination on the face of the bull. He's really applying the pressure to the shoulder there of Jerry's Hags. Trying to grab some hair. There's no hair there to grab.
Not a smart move by Jerry. He got into the opposition corner right there. They made the tag.
The tag was made.
He's got to get him in the other corner. Goes right back to that same left shoulder. Really working it over. Great head flip right there. Oh, a big arm leg right on the arm.
Crashes down, brings the leg down on top of that arm. They've been working on that. Now he stretches the arm, trying to pull it out of the socket.
Oh, just got his arm up in time. Great move there. 1-2, and he's going again.
Big stretch right across that arm.
2.5.
It's a very, very good arm stretch that he has applied. You see the pressure going into the side of the neck and also under the arm with both feet, and he's putting the arm up in between his legs to apply more pressure. A very good move there by Ray.
Gonna make that tag.
He pulls them back down to the canvas. Steve Ricard, once again, they seem to be working on that arm. As you say, feet on either side of the joint and just pulling it out. Jerry Knowles looks
Except before you have Steve Ray there. He is obviously an experienced wrestler, a big man like Sachs coming up onto his knees, and he still pulls him down. But now again, here we have the Nasty Boy comes out with a very, very good counter move to come out with that side headlock and back to his feet.
Is that a wrestling move or something he picked up in the back streets of New York City? A little bit of both, perhaps, Steve Ricard.
Could be.
Drives that fist in. They make the tag. Smart move by Jerry Sags, because these are one of the best tag teams in the world, the Nasty Boys.
You know something, Nasty Boys? You never took a walk on the wild side. You never seen the bull, and you guys definitely don't know what it means when you get broken and put like two horns stuck right up. You know where, baby? So all I gotta say is you take a walk on the wild. You see what the Wild Thing fans can really do to you. And the first thing, and the second thing, and the third thing. That's all gonna be 1, 2, 3. That's all I gotta talk about. 1, 2, 3.
The bull, baby!
The Wild Thing.
He lives up to his name. And the bull back in. The bull working on that arm. He locks it in. Drags him. He's back to the counter.
Just had enough presence to pull out. These guys are playing on street smarts. They're survivors. Look at the pressure and the pain he's taking in that shoulder joint right there.
The bull brings down that big fist. Makes the tag once again. They're working on
top
the arm.
rope. Oh, a double axe handle right on the shoulder blade. Unbelievable. How can Brian take that pressure? Oh, smart move. Did you see Brian lay down like that? And the Wild Thing ran right into the knee of Jerry.
Jerry
That's what
Sags.
you call deciding a move on the spot, Butch.
Great double team move there from the Nasty Boys. They said
That
before
was
they
an
came.
illegal move, as you said, because he had his knee up on purpose to drive it into the back as Steve Ray came across the ring.
He's holding him down. I don't believe this. Curtis, get out of the ring. Curtis Hughes is distracting the ref. Well, out of the ring
Great move by
activity.
Jerry outside the ring. Brian distracted the bull. Jerry came out and just poleaxed the Wild Thing outside the ring. Smart move. Very intelligent move by the Nasty Boys.
Steve Ray looks hurt, Steve Rickard. Of course, he's got to make his way back into the ring. He's got to get back in there.
He has to get back in the ring because that's where the match is won, not outside the ring. And, of course, the Nasty Boys do not want him back in there because they know they're up against two fine wrestlers in as much as the Bull and the Wild Thing. But the Nasty Boys are very experienced. They know what they can get away with and what they can't get away with. They're very, very smart as a tag team.
The Nasty Boys working on Steve Ray while referee Tony Rickard was distracted. Look at the mark across his back.
Oh, driving elbow to the throat. Flips him out. The Wild Thing has got to get back to his corner. He's got to make the tag.
Double team action here now. There should only be one wrestler in the ring from the Nasty Boys. How long have they got after the tag, Steve Rickard?
Well, once you make the tag, as I said, it has to be a legal tag, and by right you're supposed to reach across the top rope to make the tag. And then the legal man who tags his partner is in the ring legally.
The big back breaker to the Wild Thing. He's in
move, make the tag.
He's made the tag.
Oh!
Steve Ray just doesn't have enough energy. Tries for that kick to the midsection. They both, the Nasty Boys.
Slingshot. Oh! Flying knee right to the groin area. That'll straighten you out.
Come on, Knobs, get out of there. You're getting told to get out of the ring. Leave this.
See, but I'll tell you what, right now, that's smart, not smart on the Bull's part because he's got the referee occupied, and now the Nasty Boys go to work.
Come on, the Bull was an all-American athlete. He knows about athleticism, about teamwork, about fair play.
Fair play. What's fair is what happens inside the ring.
The agony on Steve Ray's face as Brian Knobs starts to squeeze and apply the pressure. Steve Ray looks daisy. He's dazed.
Well, he doesn't have the leverage right now. He only has got 250 pounds on him. Brian Knobs is 301 pounds. He's over 51 pounds heavier than he is. Oh, great knuckle duster. I don't think he felt it.
Two in a row.
Bam!
Oh. The big knee of Brian Knobs, the Nasty Boy, right into the midsection of Steve Ray, the Wild Thing. They make the tag.
Oh, great double axe handle right to the kidney area. That'll slow him up a bit.
Steve Ray's got to get back to his own corner. He's got to get out of that ring. Curtis Hughes, the Bull, is ready to rage. He's not getting a chance.
Oh, he's got him in a backbreaker right now.
The power. You can hear the screams of Steve Ray. The power in the arms of the Nasty Boys. The fans here tonight at the main event trying to edge him on, trying to give him their energy to get him going. Steve Ray, you've got to hear the fans here tonight.
He's got to get to that corner. The Wild Thing right now is at the mercy of Jerry. He's been taking a great punishing beating right now. He's got to get the Bull back in the ring.
Jerry Saggs and Brian Knobs, they look almost as though they're enjoying this.
They like dishing out pain. They live on pain. They survived on pain all their lives. They understand pain.
Two blows to the side of the face, no effect. But with his martial arts training, he knew a couple of slaps on the side of the ears.
Great face slam to the mat. That's called an introduction to the mat.
Steve Ray's been injured in that, though. He came down heavily himself. Both wrestlers trying to get back to their corners. Come on, Steve Ray, the Wild Thing. He's got to make that tag. He does. Curtis the Bull is ready to rage. He blocks that punch. He's going to mix it. The Nasty Boys think they are the only ones who've had the bad times in the bad streets.
Another double body slam by the Bull.
The Bull is raging. Clothesline, another clothesline. Both wrestlers down. The Nasty Boys get a bit of their own nasty medicine.
We got all four people in the ring. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Oh, a double head box. Oh, yeah. Look at, oh, the shot to the stomach right there. All four guys are in the ring. This is mayhem right now. What's the referee doing? He's got to get control of the match right now. Look at him. He's standing there looking dummy.
No.
Oh, and a great double body slam.
This isn't basketball, John Dudvig. This is wrestling. Believe me, the ref knows what he's doing here. He's counting out. He's trying to get one legal wrestler.
Great move by Jerry right there. The ref doesn't know what he's doing in that situation. There he is right now. 3, and he's out of there.
The count of 3, he didn't see Jerry Saggs come around and pull Curtis Hughes down.
His attention was distracted. He raises the arm of the Nasty Boys, nasty by name, nasty by nature. They have lived up to their reputation.
Well, what happened is Curtis Hughes and the Wild Thing tried to get in the ring and play a little dirty, and they fell right into the Nasty Boys trap because the Nasty Boys are expert at dirty wrestling, and they won. So what are these two doing in the ring? What's the Wild Thing and the Bull waiting for? The match is over, boys. Get out of the ring.
Curtis Hughes and the Wild Thing, Steve Ray, not happy about what happened. They're explaining what happened. Let's take a look at that action again. Curtis, the Bull Hughes, hoisted one of the Nasty Boys high. Brian Knobs was high. But then Jerry Sags, out of nowhere, grabbed his legs, pulled him down. The ref's attention was distracted. He turned to see the big pin down on Curtis Hughes. 1, 2, 3, the count of 3.